Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back. This is Kim After 50. I'm Kim, and on this channel we talk a whole lot about travel, life after 50, starting over after 50, and building a life I love. And that just happens to include travel, because travel is something I am extremely passionate about. I'm passionate about me being able to travel, but I'm also passionate about you being able to travel if that's what you want to do. So I have spent the last 7-8 months living part-time on cruise ships, taking 2 or 3 trips a month. And the thing I get all the time is, I would love to cruise, I just can't afford it. Ooh, I wish I could cruise like that. Must be nice to be able to cruise like that, and all of those kind of comments. And I am just here to break it down, because it is nice to be able to cruise like this. And honestly, I used to think that way too. I used to think cruising was for other people. People with more money than me, people with a different life than me, people with a different background than me. So much so to my first several cruises, I had dreams leading up to the cruise about getting to the cruise port and being turned away. Like, that's how deep that thought process went. But what I learned is that it's really not about having a lot of money. It's about being strategic with the money that we have to make these kinds of things possible. I do want to disclaimer, all of our financial situations are different, and I totally understand, because I have been in seasons of my life where I did not have enough money to even make it to the end of the month. I have had evictions. I have had to move in with my sister. I have had a car that was from a buy here, pay here lot, and I was trying to hide the car from the buy here, pay here lot. So I was driving my best friend's car. She was driving my car so that they could not find the car. I have been there. So I completely understand, and this video is not to be insensitive to anybody who is in that season right now. If you're watching this video and you're in that kind of season of life, I see you. You will get through it. You will come out on the other side. Things are going to get better. Just keep pushing, keep praying, keep going, sis. Trust me from somebody who's been deep in it. Every storm runs out of rain, okay? You're gonna get to the other side of that. Maybe if you're watching this video, just take some notes, use what you can, and store the rest up here for the future when you're ready. In this video, I'm gonna share real practical ways that when I was a broke girl, that I was able to travel with my children, with my family, during a time period where money was super tight. All right, so that's what this video is going to be about. Practical things, real life things, things that I did to make travel possible for my family. If that sounds like something you might be interested in, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and hang around. Tip number 1 is going to be like, oh girl, we all know that. Have a change jar, but have a dedicated change jar. Like, this is your cruise jar. Put some stickers on it that spell out cruise, whatever you have to do. Have a change jar. I put all of my change in here. Whenever I clean out my purse, clean out my wallet, I put the change in here. And then also when I go to the bank, if I have to go inside and talk to them for whatever reason, I ask them if they have any $2 bills. If they have $2 bills, I grab those. Also, have a change jar. If you are not into a physical change jar, like you just don't use cash that much, I'm a cash person. I operate off of a zero-based cash budget. If you are not a person who just has a lot of change or accumulates change because you use credit debit cards, then there are accounts that many banks have, like a roundup account, where if you sign up for it, they will round up all of your purchases. So if you swipe your card for like $6.87, they'll make it an even $7. So maybe you want to look into something like that. But have a change jar, because it accumulates and it can pay for an upgraded meal at the end of the year, or maybe even an excursion at the end of the year. So have a change jar. Tip number 2, ask for gift cards for birthdays, Mother's Day, Christmas, all the holidays. The people who are going to shop for you, ask them for gift cards instead of gifts. They can get Carnival gift cards, Royal Caribbean, whatever your cruise line of choice is, or they can just get like the Visa MasterCard type gift cards, but ask them to gift you gift cards. And then you stack your gift cards and you're able to use them when you're ready for your vacation. You're actually probably doing somebody a favor because they're probably really trying to figure out what to get you, what you would like. And if you just let them know that they can get you a gift card, they can check that off their list so easily and give you something that you're going to love because it's going to get you one step closer to that cruise. Number 3 goes hand in hand with that, and that is gift your family a trip. Instead of Christmas time, instead of giving them stuff, gift them a trip. The memories will last a lifetime. They will last much longer than toys that are going to wind up on the floor unplayed with or in the bottom of a toy box. I would not recommend taking the trip during Christmas because to be on the cruise ship on Christmas is going to be a little bit pricey. But right before Christmas, after New Year's, you'll be able to find some deals. Give them a trip. Number 4 is my favorite because this is literally how we took our first cruise. This is what made it happen. Seeing if there's wiggle room in your grocery budget. All right, I can't speak to everybody's grocery budget, but I think most people watching this probably have a little bit of wiggle room in your grocery budget. So whether that is $10 a week, like I'm going to find $10 a week in my grocery budget, because if all of my travel money comes from my grocery budget, then in my mind, mom math, I'm not gonna say girl math, mom math is we just took this vacation for free. So even if it's $10 a week is over $500 a year. I just booked a solo cruise for $395.20, a 5-day cruise for $395.20. If you're a family, $10 a week is as simple as having breakfast for dinner one night, or to quote Dave Ramsey, beans and rice, rice and beans. If you all do Uber Eats or go out to eat or go through the drive-thru a couple times a week, eliminate one time. It might mean beginning to use coupons. It might mean only buying what's on sale, which is something I do anyway. So take a look at your grocery budget and see if there's a little bit of wiggle room in there for you to pull $10 a week out of your grocery budget to put towards your next cruise. If you don't have $10 a week, do you have $5 a week? That still adds up over time. It doesn't look like much right now, but over time it adds up. Number 5 is to use a rewards credit card if you're disciplined enough to not overspend, but use the rewards credit card to pay your regular monthly bill. So use a rewards card to like pay your light bill, your utilities, all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, take your money and pay the credit card off so that you're not paying interest, but you are racking up those points because, again, at the end of the year, those points add up. But this is a tip only if you're disciplined enough to do it without, sometimes spending more than you would have because it's on a credit card. Number 6, use apps like Fetch Rewards. I'm kind of new to Fetch, but Fetch is an app where you scan you take a picture of your receipts after you leave the store and you get points for your receipts. And then those points can be cashed in for credit cards. I'm kind of new to Fetch. I do have my referral link in the description box. So if you don't use Fetch and you want to, go ahead and use my referral link. Both get points. Use apps like that. Fetch, the one that I used to pay for cruising and Christmas. That's what I used to always say. I used this for cruising and Christmas, and I have not used it in a while, but I did check before I did this video to make sure it's still there. And I even talked to one of my friends who still uses it to this day, and that is Swagbucks. Swagbucks was back in the day because you could do surveys, you could play games to get points. And I used to let those points add up and they would either pay for cruises or Christmas. So look into that. I have not used Swagbucks in years, but I was talking to a friend of mine this morning. She said she still uses Swagbucks and she said she loves it because she can play the video games to get points. So find something like that. There are all kinds of apps and sites that do things like that. Find something like that. They don't pay much, but again, over time, it builds up. And these are things that you can do like in the cracks and crevices of your time. You don't have to set aside a scheduled amount of time to do them. If you're watching Netflix and just laying around, you can pick it up and do a survey or play a game or whatever and get some points, girl. Get those points. Number 7 is sell unused items around your house. Take a look around your house. You have some things that you are not using. People are selling everything and anything on like Facebook Marketplace, eBay. Sell some things from around your house and take that money and use it specifically for your cruise fund. I made this tracker because I love me a good tracker for me to use, and I found the basic template or basic layout on Canva, and I changed the name to Clutter to Cash. Let's do this. Okay. I changed the name to Clutter to Cash, saving for the amount I need, and then I just put track cash made from items sold via Facebook Marketplace, eBay, etc. And I'm just going to, for every item I sell, I'm going to put inside the piggy bank how much that item was so I can keep track, because things like this excite me. To be able to keep up with exactly how much I'm making by selling things on Facebook Marketplace. But I mean, go old school, have a yard sale, post items on the marketplace, sell some of the things around your home that you are not using, and use that money to take your trip. Number 8, cruise smart and cheap. Book an interior cabin during the off season on an older ship. When you do that, like that's the trifecta right there. That's the triple combination. An interior cabin, off season on an older ship. And when you do that, you will often be able to cruise for less than you would spend on a weekend road trip. Repeat after me. Interior cabin, off season, older ship. Number 9, buy your gift cards at a discount and then pay for your trip with your gift cards. For example, just recently, I purchased Southwest gift cards from Sam's Club, Southwest Airlines. The gift cards were for $500 of gift cards. It was $475. So I'm saving $25 every time I spend $500 on the gift cards. Again, doesn't sound like much, but it adds up. So purchase your gift cards. If it's a Carnival cruise, Google and see who's offering a Carnival cruise discount right now. The people that used to offer a discount that I know of recently stopped, or I would tell you where to get them from. It was AARP, and they recently stopped. But purchase gift cards at a discount and then pay for your cruise with the gift card. It's like giving yourself a little coupon. All right, 10 is to look for bank accounts that are offering a bonus if you open an account with them. And you can just Google that. I did a quick Google when I was preparing for this video to see who's doing it right now. You can just Google bank account bonus for opening or something like that. And I found 2 really quickly. I'm not going to put the names in here. I'm just going to use them for example, because you might be watching this in 6 months when these banks are no longer offering it. One is, this bank requires you to open the account online, have at least 2 direct deposits in a 90-day period, and they will give you $400 deposited into your bank account with them for meeting those requirements. That's one, but that one requires a direct deposit. Here's one that does not require a direct deposit. This bonus is $100. Open an account, do 10 qualifying transactions. And the qualifying transactions were like using your debit card, having an ACH transfer. Do at least 10 qualifying transactions. And 15 days after completing your 10th qualifying transaction, they will deposit $100 into your account. So that's number 10. You may just find a bank that you love and develop a new relationship with them. That's my 10th tip for you. If you are on a super tight budget and you want to take a cruise, but you just don't see how you're going to be able to take a cruise, just don't see it in your budget, no matter which way you add up those bills and that paycheck, no matter how you add, subtract, multiply, and divide, you just don't see it. Those are 10 tips that I have used to be able to travel with my family when the money just was not there to travel. Listen, I know that there's going to be somebody watching this that says, well, if you're that broke, you shouldn't be traveling. If you're that broke, you have other priorities. I'm going to say just keep that comment to yourself, because you know what? People who are in a season of their life when they're really struggling deserve a vacation also. They deserve to be pampered and taken care of also. They deserve to have that moment to woosah. And oftentimes it's being able to take that getaway that allows you to come back to regular life and put on your running shoes and run towards those goals and make things happen and make a change for your family, because you get a break from the day-to-day struggle of trying to pay the bills, trying to feed the family, not knowing where you're going to get money for a flat tire, all that kind of stuff. You get a break from that, and everybody needs that break. And I believe, because I've been that person, I was better for having taken that break, and it allowed me to see myself different. Remember, I said my first few cruises, I don't know why I'm about to cry. Remember, I said my first few cruises, I did not think I was a person worthy of a cruise. I didn't think that I thought cruising was for other people. I told you I had nightmares leading up to those cruises, that I would get to the terminal and get turned away, that there would be a mistake in my paperwork, that something would happen that would exclude me from being able to take those cruises. Me actually being able to take them changed my perception of who I was and what was available to me in this world. And I believe that that changed perception eventually led to me starting a business and getting myself out of poverty and seeing that there was just more for us. There's space for me on that cruise ship, right? I'm allowed to be there. Cruising is not for other people. It's for me. Vacations are not for other people. They're for me. Success is not for other people. It's for me. Wealth is not just for other people. It's for me too. So if your comment is, if you're that broke, you don't need to travel, save it. Because I've been that broke, and travel changed my whole life. It changed my perspective. And then again, in this season of life where I just got divorced and I'm trying to figure out how to start my life again at 50, newly divorced, the first thing I thought to do was book those 4 solo cruises and travel. And there was so much healing in that. So I hope that if your desire is to cruise or travel or whatever it is, I hope one of these tips or more will help you get to wherever it is you want to go. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you hung around this long, drop a heart in the comments and let me know which one of these tips you found most interesting. And if you have a tip that can help somebody else make their travel dreams come true, please go ahead and drop it in the comments. I will see you all on the next video, hopefully one day at sea or somewhere else in this big, beautiful world. Bye-bye.